if the Niners get Matthew Stafford and keep the 12th pick, which has been rumored that they're trying to do, they trade next year's first. Who should they take with that 12th pick?
I'm going to go ahead and jump out and, basically off the article that I wrote today. And I know it's a little bit of a long shot, but the more that I look at this Kyle Pitts from Florida, if they can pick him up at 12, that would be the way that I'd go. You're going to be losing Juszczyk this year. Who knows what they really don't seem like they're sold on Ross Dwelly as their second tight end. And by bringing in another playmaker to this offense, they really need to have that guy that can move around the formation. And that's maybe a little bit something that people aren't thinking about, but that would definitely be a move that would help this offense out moving forward into 2021 and down the line.
If the 49ers can get Stafford without trading the 12th pick, John Lynch deserves Executive of the Year for that alone. So the year for the 49ers is quickly turning from unlucky to very lucky. So I think there will be a lot of players there that they can consider at 12. But if they have Stafford, I think they should go offensive line if one of those top tackles are there, or Slater, who I know is projected as a guard. And I know Horatio loves J.C. Horn, so J.C. Horn is a guy I like too at cornerback, especially if they're unable to re-sign Jason Verrett. I think Horn would pair with Emmanuel Mosley and make a decent defensive backfield.
Yeah, or somehow, some way, if Sutton falls down there. But yeah, I agree 100% with these guys. You got to go offensive lineman. You got to consider cornerback, a DB. And those are the top two, really, aside from quarterback. It's not anything else. I mean, center, I feel like they're going to address that in free agency with like Alex Mack or someone. And then if somehow, some way you get to keep Trent Williams, and it's just it seems obvious to me that you have to go offensive line, because how many times all of us just hammer away at this offensive line, just the inconsistencies. And even though it's just a couple of highlight plays, like, that's a little more than a couple of highlight plays. The same thing with the cornerback position. There's just too much unknown. There's not enough guarantees. And even though it's not many of them are going to cost much, like say Akil Witherspoon comes back for whatever reason, they still need more. They still need someone to develop. They finally need to look for someone for a high value pick in the secondary, or if not, it's never wrong to solidify your offensive line, which they definitely need.
Yeah, I love the idea of drafting Kyle Pitts. I've watched a lot of Kyle Pitts. He's great. I mean, I look at him and think he could be a Hall of Fame player. There's nothing he can't do. And he would make the Niners offense so much better, but I still feel like they have two serious holes that must be addressed. And if they address them in free agency, then you can go ahead and get Pitts. But right now, I don't think I could take Pitts on this team ahead of Slater and Horn. The cornerback Horn, I think, is perfect for what the Niners need. Even if they bring back Verrett, they need a bigger corner to pair him with a guy who can cover DK Metcalf. Horn can do that. Slater, you could play him at right guard, and if Mike McGlinchey continues to diet himself out of the league, you can move him to right tackle. That's a nice plan B right there. But if you can handle those two positions in free agency, getting Pitts would be the ultimate power move. My God. And I don't think I would spend a first-round pick on a wide receiver because they're replaceable. You can get good ones in the second round, and they become expensive on their second deal. But tight ends, first of all, they dominate the league if they're good. No one can stop them. You can't take them out over the middle the way you could 40 years ago. And they're cheap when they get to their second deal. Like George Kittle broke records. He's still like 7% of the Niners cap. That's great for George Kittle. So actually, a tight end in round one is a very shrewd modern-day investment. I just think the Niners have some serious weaknesses they got to address before they can go there. It's not a luxury pick. It's just not a need. I like Ross Dwelly. I don't care what the Niners think. I like Ross.
Didn't Hawkinson and Font just get taken first, second, 3 years ago?
There's nothing wrong with taking a tight end in my opinion.
They're good. You don't take them. No question of position if they're good.
Yeah. All right.
Stafford's actually had 2 tight ends in the top 15, right? Because Ebron, I think, was a top 10 pick, and then Hawkinson. So he likes his tight ends.
Yeah. I was just going to say a number of these guys that we've talked about are guys that they could really probably even trade down from number 12 to pick up additional picks.
That's the best move. That's the best move.
And definitely, cornerback's going to be a spot they have to go. But one of the guys that I've liked watching so far through the Senior Bowl has been the guy out of Cal, Cam Bynum. 6 foot, he's really good. He didn't play this year because he opted out, but he's definitely a guy that could come in, maybe again that 3rd to 5th round, and he seems to have the size that fits with what the Niners are looking for.
I remember watching him last year when I was scouting Ayuk, and that guy shut him down. He shut down Ayuk in that game. Ayuk was a terrific player. Bynum's good. Good call. I forgot about him. That's from last year's scouting.